Smile. Hello, 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 and hello. This is shalenadiva, the purpose-driven diva, and I have a very special guest this evening. This is my son Casey, and he just wanted to say hello to all of you. So as I'm waiting for everyone to join us live, I want you to meet my son. This is my son, Casey. Casey is awesome. So before I dive into tonight's lesson, I want to just quickly introduce my son to you. He's a very special guy. So I'm going to let him introduce himself to you all. We're going to get started with the lesson in a second. I'm going to let more people join us, but meet my son. So tell him your name.
Casey.
Say, my name is Casey.
My name is Casey.
All right. Casey has some exciting news that he wants to share with everyone. So let me just give you some background. Casey is on the autism spectrum. He is highly functioning, and he is quite the trooper. We've had quite the journey just getting him the proper academic support that he needs. So he's in the second grade. He's 8 years old. And last year, he didn't have the supports that he needed, and it was very, very tough. We tried to get an IEP, an individualized education plan, and it was really tough, but we got it ironed out. So this young man went from D's and F's because he was not receiving the support that he needed to tell him about your grades. What kind of grades did you get this time?
Second grade.
You're in the second grade. What kind of grades did you get? How many A's and B's?
I got 4 A's and 2 B's.
Yeah, so he got 4 A's and 2 B's. And so I am so proud of him because he's truly a testament of, especially for our little black boys, he is truly a testament of what is possible and what can happen when they receive the love, support, nurturing, and resources, you know, and it takes parents, it takes teachers, and it takes the administration. So all three of us had to come together. So Casey wanted to say hello. Hopefully in some more videos, I will, let you guys meet Casey some more. So is there anything you want to say to them before you get ready for bed? What do you want to say?
Well, I'm going to say.
What do you want to say? Hurry up.
I'm going to say I got to think.
Okay, he has to think about it. All right, so hopefully by the end of this.
When I go to bed, I wake up in the morning.
All right, so he's going to actually go and get ready for bed. Hopefully by the time I'm done, if it's not too late, he'll come back and tell you what he was thinking about. All right, so hello. Let me go check the comments real quick. Maybe they said hello to you. I'm looking at the green light. Maybe he will say hello to you guys. So
look at the green light.
You want to look at the green light? Okay. All right, so you guys, this is my son, and he's gonna head off and do what he needs to do. Okay, so say good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, see you later, and I'll come in here in a second. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, everyone. Hello. How are you doing? This is shalenadiva, the purpose-driven diva. I wanted to introduce you to my son, Casey. He is awesome, right? Isn't he awesome? He is autistic, as I was telling you, and he's such a testament of what can happen when parents, teachers, and the administrators, when we all come together, and especially when our little black boys are given the resources that they need. So that was my baby. Introduce you all to my baby. That's my baby right there. All right, so I want to jump into tonight's Biz Lab, and I'm so excited about tonight's Biz Lab because I want to help many of you who may be struggling in different areas of your life and you don't quite understand why is it that it's like every 2 steps I take, I feel like I'm knocked back 4 steps. Every time I'm trying to do something positive, it seems like so many negative things happen in my life. And so this YouTube Live is especially for you. So I'm trying to get the comments right. So what is tonight's YouTube Live all about? It is about helping you to stop being broke and broken in 2017. All right. So if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to this channel here. And please also subscribe to receive notifications of when I am live and when I drop new material, okay? So make sure you subscribe, make sure you like this video, make sure you comment, and make sure you share, all right? Thank you so much. Now, to those of you who or just joining me, don't worry, we just got started. Here is the agenda. The agenda is to show you how to stop being broken. And so first I'm going to share my story, and then I'm going to share broken examples, because I really want to show you that being broke is not just a financial term, but it can apply to many different areas in your life. How many of you are interested in learning that, right? How to become whole in various areas of your life. So I'm going to give you broken examples. And then most importantly, I want to show you some solutions. And then I want to tell you about a program I have called Icon that is coming up that can really help those of you who are looking to launch your business in 2017 and really looking to hit the ground running. And then at the end, I'm going to have some on-the-spot coaching. So if there are any of you out there who would love to get some on-the-spot coaching, you've got to stick around until the end. And once you do, I will be able to give you some on-the-spot coaching. All right, so who am I? I always like to tell my story because it's such a powerful story, and it is my story. Yes, it is my story, and I always tell it. I am a life and a business coach. I'm an award-winning speaker. I am a best-selling author, and my life philosophy is discover, invest, value, and appreciate your life and business. That is what DIVA stands for, all right? That's what DIVA stands for. It's not about having an attitude, but it's a way of life. It's about discovering, investing, valuing, and appreciating your life and biz. I've been featured on the Dr. Oz Show, Cosmo, locally in the Philadelphia Tribune, and nationally on Fox News. I have a six-figure business, and I have clients all over the country and over the world. But what is my story? I told you I was going to tell you my story. And my story is I went from homeless to six figures. I snapped this picture the day I left my son's father. It was a toxic relationship. It didn't start out that way, but it had become that way. So it was a 6-year relationship. I was engaged to him. We lived together. We had a child. I worked for him. But it was literally killing me from the inside out. And on this day, June 18th, 2012, I decided to leave. And I will never forget, ladies, after 6 years, all I had was a BMW that he bought me and trash bags of my clothes and my belongings for 6 years. That's all I had to show for it. All right. So I was used to having a luxurious lifestyle, going on all these great vacations, having money, not having to work if I didn't, to having no money, and to being on welfare. I mean, I was traumatized. Now, my story, I'm not going to lie to you. I have a college education. I went to Duke University, and many people looked at me during this time of my life, and they told me that I was lazy. They told me that they tried to put me down. And the thing is, they didn't realize I was traumatized. One day I'm living in luxury. The next day I am homeless. And it took me a long time, about 2 years, to get back on my feet. And once I did, I still didn't have enough money to furnish my apartment. And so my friends on Facebook, they actually gave money to me. I was in prayer one day, and God told me, start a GoFundMe account. I did. And in one day I raised $1,000, and I went on to raise $7,500, and that just shows that God is a provider, and of his goodness and his mercy, and how he will provide for you. So when I was in this position, and it was really a humbling position, because when you're used to doing everything for yourself, it can be tough to ask. How many of you sometimes struggle with asking for help? If you do, type help in the comments. Type help in the comments. But during this time when it was me asking people to help me, deep down inside, I said, one day, instead of people donating to me, people will be purchasing my products and services every day, and I'll be earning money. So even when I was at my lowest point, I still believed. I believed so much that I remember, how many of you know about the book, The Secret, right? The book, The Secret, they say, write yourself a check. I wrote myself a check for $100,000, and it was drawn out. It was drawn out to me. drawn upon the power to create wealth bank. That's basically Deuteronomy 8:18. It's the scripture where God says, I have given you the power to create wealth. Yes, and I truly believed that for my life, even when I was at my lowest point. So remember, you control your destiny no matter how low you may think you are. You control your destiny. If you believe me, type destiny in the comments. Type destiny. So even if you're at the lowest, listen, you're not in despair. You're in a great place, because rock bottom is a solid foundation. So remember too that you are your solution. You are the answers that you're seeking. You are your rescue, because everything you need is in your hands or is at your feet. A very wise woman, Rhonda Bellamy Hodge, she told me that, and all I had in my hands at the time was my laptop, my Wi-Fi, and my cell phone. And from that, I built a 6-figure online business. This is all documented, so everything I'm saying is true. Everything you need is in your hands or is at your feet. And so remember, I was on welfare. I was down and out. People were giving me money, but I still believed that God gave me the power to create wealth. So this is a snapshot of one of my bank accounts. And if you look at it closely, this is the ledger, everyone. And almost every single day, it was a deposit. It's a Stripe deposit. It's a Square deposit. It's a Google deposit, you name it. And this was from a woman who was on welfare, who was down and out, who was homeless, and I was able to change my life around. So that GoFundMe was in 2014, and what you're looking at now is in 2016. So in 2 years, look what I was able to do. And guess what? This isn't some magic trick. It isn't, it's a miracle, but this can happen for you too. And if you believe it, type me in the comments. Now, how you'll do it will be different than how I do it, but the fact that it's done is a testament to what's possible. So type me in the comments if you believe that your life can turn around like this too. All right, so I wrote my story from homeless and welfare to 6 figures in the year to 6 figures in a month. And this is the Shalenadiva story. You are the author of your story. You are the leading lady in your movie. You write the script, okay? You write the script. And if you believe me, type leading lady in the comments. Leading lady in the comments. All right, so I have this story. I share my story. But what is my mission? Why should you care? What does my story have to do with you? Well, it's because of what I've been through and what I've overcome and what I've achieved that I am driven. And my desire and my mission is to educate, train, and equip women to earn online income so they can focus on their families and lead full lives they love. And of course, you just met him, the love of my life, my son, Casey. That's us on the right. I was able to go to one of his football games. I meet so many high-powered women who are working these jobs with great pay, but they're missing out on their children. They don't even have a chance to see their children grow. So being able to go to my son's football game is a blessing. And I want to show more women how to do that. And I believe that knowing how to generate online income is the way, because you don't have to be out of the home if you don't want. Your office is wherever you are. All you need is your laptop, your Wi-Fi, and your cell phone. So my son, he's also my why, and I'm so grateful for him. All right, so let's hop into tonight's lesson. If you are ready for tonight's lesson, then I want you to type whole, HWOLE, in the comments. Type whole in the comments, because some of you, and I admit there are areas in my life, you guys, where I am still broken, but I'm working. Now that I'm aware, I'm working to become whole once again. All right. Whole, WHWHOLE, W. We want to become whole, not have a hole, but WHOLE. Yes, we want to become whole. All right. So we want to become whole. And I'm showing you these examples because these are examples that I want to draw upon. The new homeowners. Some of you are going to get homes this year. Some of you already have homes this year. You just got a new home. I'm speaking to my new homeowners. And on the right here, I'm speaking to my sisters And people who want to become healthy, you want to lose weight. Maybe you've already lost weight, or you're going to 2017 is the year you're going to lose weight. Then I'm talking to the people who you want love, you want a new relationship. Maybe you're already in a new relationship, right? I'm speaking to you tonight. I'm coming down your aisle too. And then we have the gentleman over here with all this money, 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 money. Some of you are going to get higher paying jobs this year. Some of you are going to come into money. Some of you are going to launch your businesses. You're going to find that secret sauce, and you're going to come into money. Some of you are going to have some cases where with the cases or whatever, you're going to come into some money. So I'm going to touch upon all of those. So let me know briefly, which one are you? Are you interested in a relationship, the homeowner, losing weight, or the money? Let me know, so I'll know when it comes to the part where I can do on-the-spot coaching. I know what to tell you. All right. Okay. All right. So hello, ladies. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So I am so excited about this YouTube Live because so many of you are earnestly trying. You're earnestly trying to do what's right, to do what's best. And I know what it's like to feel like I'm taking 2 steps forward, but I'm getting knocked back 4. So if you can relate to that, just type 2-4 in the comments. The 2 stands for Shalena. It's 2 steps forward, girl, but I'm getting knocked back 4. I know what that's like. That can, if you don't understand what's going on, and if you don't have a good support system, that will break you. It'll cause you to be bitter. And I'm going to just keep it real with y'all. That can make you want to take your life, because it's like, I'm trying. I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing everything I know how. Why is this happening to me? But see, this YouTube Live is going to show you how to look at all of that differently. And also, too, I want you to join my free group for women entrepreneurs, because you need support of people who have been down your aisle, people who've been where you're going, and people who have survived, okay? All right, so 2-4. So let's start with, I want to start with the money. The reason why I want to start with the money is because that a recent experience I had with money is actually what caused me to come up with this lesson. All right, I'm sorry, fixing myself over here. That's what caused me to come up with this lesson. All right, now you already know that I used to be homeless for 2 years. That was one of the most humbling, hardest, craziest experiences of my life. I thank God for it, but it did not feel good. Okay, so you all know I used to be homeless. And when I first got my apartment, I showed you my GoFundMe. I did not have a lot of money. I didn't have extra money to spend. At the time, I was in family court, in custody court, trying to get custody of my son, Casey, that some of you met earlier. And, you know, I was just like on pins and needles. And my whole thing was, I did everything I could in my power. I sacrificed. Why? Because I could not become homeless again. And I needed my own place, because if I'm going to go to custody, I need to be able to fight and fend for my son. So if I'm on the streets, I could not get custody of my son. So a lot was riding on this for me. So I couldn't turn up in a club like my friends did. I couldn't do a lot of things that a lot of people I couldn't do a lot of things that a lot of people did, because if I did, I would mess up my rent money. And guess what? I was also paying child support. So I had to pay child support, because if not, I was going to jail. And I had to pay my rent or I would be homeless. So I couldn't turn up. I couldn't just be irresponsible with my money. I couldn't just spend my money. And one thing my sister taught me, she said, there are many things in life that you can borrow, but don't borrow your mortgage or your rent. Those are 2 things, they're really big. Don't ever have to do that. And so that was instilled in me. So while I had a little bit of money, I was still maintaining, and I was still, you know, doing what I had to do. But I was being driven by the fact that I did not want to become homeless again. I could not become homeless again. And because I didn't want to become homeless, I did what I had to do. Now, that was in 2014. 2015 is when things really popped off. That's when I built my 6-figure business. Now we're in 2016. No, it's 2016. I'm still rolling. Boom, we're in 2017. And so I had an incident earlier this week where I couldn't log into one of my bank accounts, and I had to slow down and I had to call into the company because they had to give me my password and all this other stuff, right? And so I'm like, okay, fine. He gave me my password, and I slowed down and I looked at my bank account. I looked at the ledger and I burst into tears. I didn't burst into tears because I did not have money. I burst into tears because I did have thousands and thousands of dollars in my account. What made me cry was that I don't treat myself. I don't enjoy the money that I earn. I work very hard, but I don't enjoy the money that I earn. For example, I wanted to get this BMW, and hear me out, y'all. I wanted to get this BMW in like August of last year, but I was like, no, I don't, and I could have just bought it outright because it was like a used one. It was awesome, everything I wanted, but I didn't do it because I was like, no, if I buy that car, I don't know, something might happen and I might become homeless again. Honest, right hand of God. And my boyfriend was like, but you really want this? And now I understand why he was looking at me like I had two heads back then. He was like, it's exactly what you wanted. You wrote it down. We found it. The man is even coming down on the price. Why are you tripping? But I froze. I was like, I said, that's an investment. No. And I'm going to be honest, and this is why I burst into tears when I saw my bank account. Even though I have money, up until that day, I was still living like a poor person. I was still living like a woman who was one step away from being homeless. I was being driven by my past. I was being driven by the dread of being homeless. And then I had to stop back. I got to take y'all to church for a second, right? Got to take you to church. Here's the deal. You know, they say, when I look back over my life and I think things over, I can truly say that I've been blessed. I got a testimony, okay? Here's the deal. I started looking back on my life of when I got onto my feet, right, and got my own place. Let me run it down. I never asked anyone to help me pay my rent. No one has ever paid my rent for me. No one has ever paid my child support. I've never been late on rent. I've never been late on my child support. I don't owe anybody. My place is furnished. I use my GoFundMe account, but my place is furnished. I can go anywhere I want. I can eat anywhere I want, but I'm holding my own. I take care of my son. I take care of myself. And I had to ask myself, Diva, why do you still act like you're homeless? Like, why do you still carry on like that? Why don't you treat yourself to a vacation? Why don't you treat yourself to that car you really want? You deserve it. You've earned it. And then I burst into tears because it's like, that was it. That is why I didn't buy that BMW, because I'm still acting like I'm homeless. I'm still acting like one mistake and I'm going to be on the streets again. And then I said, wait a minute. All of this time, my past has been controlling me. It has been like a puppet pulling my strings. And then I'm like, wait a minute. If this is what's happening in this area of my life, how has my past been controlling me in other areas? So before I move on, I wanted to share that about money, and I'm going to tell you, if you are dealing with that, I'm going to walk you through that. But if anybody can relate to what I just said, type relate in the comments. Type relate in the comments. Because here's the thing, whether we're talking about money, then we're going to get to some relationship stuff. We're going to get to home ownership stuff. We're going to get to, losing weight. We're going to get to all of that stuff. And I'm going to show you how to stop being broke in those areas. So although I have this 6-figure company and I'm earning money, I still had a broken mentality. I'm still acting like I'm homeless. And it was driving me. And it was stopping me from really fully living. And I'm like, wait, I didn't even know. So listen, in order to be whole in your life, you must fix whatever is broken. So in order to stop being broke in whatever area of your life, you must be willing to fix what is broken. Broke does not only pertain to money. Oh, I'm broke, I don't have no money. No. In order to fix what's broken in your life, you must fix whatever's broken. So if you're dealing with this money issue, and I'm just telling you, because I told you guys when I used to be on welfare and have no money, but now that I do have it, why am I still acting that way? And I'm going to tell you why. The first thing is this: it is your past. You have to stop allowing your past to define you. You must stop allowing your past to control you. You have to create a new mindset. And at the end, I'm going to show you how to create those rituals. But here's the deal. If you're struggling with the money, whether, I'm the kind of person, I won't touch the money, right? But then there are some people who are they just got to spend, 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 spend. Because they're like, whoa, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna get some. And so they spend, spend, spend. You and I are no different. It just shows our brokenness shows up differently. So I'm not judging you, you're not judging me. I don't touch it, you do touch it. But it's still not a healthy relationship with money. So here's the deal. When it comes to your past, I want you to examine some things. What have you seen in your life around money? When you were growing up, we model things. When you were growing up, what did your mother say about money? What did your father say about money? Did they pay their bills on time? Were they cheap? Were they spenders? Did they have good credit? Did you guys always go without, or did your parents always lavish you with money? You have to dig and start examining that, because guess what? How you're operating today is rooted in your past. And when we're children growing up, it's what we see, it's what we hear from our parents and those around us that really shape our beliefs. And with money, did they pay their bills on time? Did they have good credit? Did they teach you how to be responsible with money? If they didn't, then that was passed on to you. And then did you have a circumstance when you're a little older where maybe you were fired or you were laid off and you had tough times? And you had to, scrimp and save, and that scarred you. And because of that, it's secretly running in the back of your mind, like, oh my God, I have to do this or I have to do that so I don't get laid off again. Or you work, because you never want to be in that position where you can't provide for your family, but it's at the expense of your family because you're always working. You don't spend time with your family. How many of you can relate to what I'm saying with this? You have to fix what's broken. You got to create a new mindset. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk everyone through how we're going to create these new mindsets in 2017 and how we're going to become whole. WHOLE. All right. All right. So you guys are all still rolling with me. So if you can relate to the money, type money in the comments. Type money in the comments. Because what it boils down to is you don't have a healthy relationship with money, but that can be fixed. And there may be something in your past that is running you. Maybe you just went through a divorce and, you're trying to, you're not earning the kind of money, or you don't have that kind of financial security anymore. Maybe you were homeless. Things can happen that can really trip you up with money, and it gives you this scarcity. I was operating out of a scarcity mindset, but we need to operate out of an abundance mindset, because the God we serve is an abundant God. So you don't have to worry. You don't have to clench money, because money is energy. Money needs to circulate. Money needs to circulate. Money goes out, money will come back into you. Okay. All right. So you guys could relate to the money. And I thank you so much for just being open-minded, because some people will hear my story and say, oh my God, you have money in the bank. You sit down somewhere and it's like, no, because guess what? This is what happens to lottery winners. My mentor says, if you become, he says, if you get $1 million, you better become a millionaire. What does that mean? In your mind, you must become a millionaire, because if not, if you get $1 million, but you're still operating out of a scarcity mindset, out of a poverty mindset, out of, I better hurry up and spend it. I don't know when I'm going to get it. Or I'm too scared. I don't know what to do with it. Guess what? The Bible says this: a fool and his money are soon departed. That's why we have so many lottery winners who they come into all this money and they lose it, because they are not millionaires in their minds. And a book that I encourage you all to read is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. Read that book. You better become a millionaire in your mind. You better learn how to become better with money. The Budgetnista, she has a credit challenge. She has a money challenge. Join her challenge, the Live Richer challenge. Get around people who appreciate credit. Get around people who appreciate money. But most importantly, get around people who don't hold your past against you. Get around people who can help build you up and help you realize, listen, sis, you survived your past. And because you survived it, stop letting it control you. I was still allowing my past to control me. Now, before I move on to another scenario, how many of you have allowed your past to control you? Type past, P-A-S-T, in the comments. And in every example, I'm going to show you what this all comes down to. This comes down to ownership. Ownership. And what I've learned, like when I was looking at my bank accounts, listen, that is my money. That's mine. I earned it. No one can take it away from me. Not my past, no one. So listen, you must take ownership. And ownership is personal responsibility, but it is also, this is yours. No one can take it from you. This is yours. But when you have this mentality of like, oh my God, you're just waiting for the next shoe to drop. You're waiting for that rainy day. You're waiting for something bad to happen. You're never going to live fully. Because you're not taking ownership, like this is yours. Can't nobody take that away from you. And ownership will become more and more prevalent and apparent in the next example. All right, so if you want me to go to the next example, type example in the comments and I will move to the next example. All right, so the next example is homeowners, especially new homeowners. Right? And I had examples with two people who are new homeowners. One is a client and one is a family member. They both told me the same thing, and it's going to go back to ownership, right? Now, these are home owners, but the irony is they didn't feel like they were really owners. So my client, she, oh my goodness, I'm so happy. The first in, I believe, her family to actually go through the home buying process, got a home in a wonderful neighborhood. And she told me, she said, you know something? She says, I don't feel like it's my home. I feel like somebody can come in here at any point and take my home from me. The only time they do that is when, you know, your home is in foreclosure. She pays her mortgage. She's a good homeowner. Why does she have that fear? Why is that fear running her? It's because of her past. First in her family to own a home, to go through the process, and she's in a lovely neighborhood. It's different than what she's used to, but she's like, you know, I moved in here. It's a beautiful home. I love it. But mentally, she's still living out of boxes mentally. Now, she unpacked her home physically, but mentally, she feels like she's still living out of boxes, like it's not really her home. And when she told me that, I was like, what? What do you mean? This is your home. You're a homeowner. But listen, she's a homeowner physically, but she must become a homeowner mentally. She had this feeling like somebody's going to walk in there and take her home. That was one instance. The second instance was a family member. This family member used to live in an inner city, right? And still do, but this neighborhood was like really like dicey, you know, and then they were blessed to move into a home. The home was like $400,000, right? Beautiful neighborhood. And they also confided in me and said, listen, I stay up at night. I'm in tears. I'm like, why? Your home is lovely. It's beautiful. They said, sometimes I want to go back to the old neighborhood because at least I know there no one can take my home from me. I was like, what? They were like, I feel like this is not my home. Like somebody can walk in that door at any point and take it from me. And I was like, what? And listen, these people actually made a really good investment about 25 years ago. So they made an investment in like a rundown home. They kept it, and then the neighborhood got gentrified. And so now the price and the values of the homes have like really skyrocketed. So they don't even own them. They don't even pay a mortgage because they own it outright. They pay their taxes. So them especially, you don't have a mortgage. You're not in a situation where you can be foreclosed upon. I mean, if you don't pay your taxes, but why do you feel like someone can take your home? Once again, it goes back to ownership. You can become a homeowner on paper. You can get a mortgage, but if you're not a homeowner in your mind, then you're going to have this fear running that's running you and robbing you and keeping you up late like, oh my God, I'm going to lose my home. Someone's going to take it. They both use the same exact words. Someone's going to take my home. And I told them both, no, this is your home. You own it. It is yours. No one can take it from you. That's like me with the money. I earned that. No one can take it from me. All of my new homeowners, that's your home. You earned it. You belong there. Can't nobody take your home from you. They can't take it. So stop living in that fear that someone's going to take my stuff. You're robbing yourself. It is yours. And the way that you take ownership, take great care of that home. Pay your mortgage if you have your mortgage paid on time. Just thank God for your home. Teach your children how to become homeowners. And most importantly, at the end of the day, become a homeowner in your mind. It's yours. And if any of you can relate to what I'm saying, and someone just said, sometimes you can be overwhelmed by the blessing. Yes, that's true. But at the end of the day, you still own it. So many people, sometimes they have this fear that it doesn't belong to them. All their lives, they've been supporting other people, cheering other people on. But when it comes to them and they receive the blessing, and when they finally come up, when their company finally takes off, it's like, oh my God, this doesn't happen to people like me. You must take ownership. It's a beautiful thing. All right. So if anybody can relate to that example about the homeowner. So if you just got a home, baby, it's yours. You earned it. No one can take it from you. If you're preparing to become a homeowner, remember this lesson. Remember it. If you know somebody who is in a process of buying a home or whatever, share this video with them. Tell them to take ownership. It's yours, baby. Nobody can take it. Nobody can take it. All right. So if you were feeling me on this example and you can relate, I want you to type home in the comments, HOME. I don't care if it's a condo. I don't care whatever it is. I don't care if you were homeless like me and you got your own place. And you're renting. It's still yours. Unless you don't pay the rent, nobody's kicking you out. Nobody's taking it from you. All right. So as I wait on you guys to let me know that you're rolling with me with this example, as you type home in the comments, I'm going to move on to the next example. All right. All right. So you guys are rolling with me and you're feeling me. All right. So the next one is about love. All right. Y'all know I randomly just burst out into song. You got to tolerate if you're going to be on my lives and stuff and watching my videos. So listen, love. Oh, sucky now. All right. So I'm going to set it up. This is usually how it is. You were in a relationship and for whatever reasons, it did not work. And for the intents of this example, it's a woman we're talking about, and she used to date a man named Raymond. You have to say it like Raymond. That's how you say it, right? So she used to date Raymond, and it's over. It is over. And Raymond took her through a lot of changes, cheated, made a baby, you name it. Y'all fill in the blanks, right? Y'all fill in the blanks about Raymond. So here's the deal. And let's give the woman the name Carmen. So Carmen is our lady, an example, and she used to date Raymond. And so now, somebody give me a name for the new love of her life. Give me a name for the guy. Give me a name. I want to see who's playing along with me. So Raymond is the old boo. Carmen is the woman. So give me a name for her new boo. What's the name for her new boo? First person that gives me a name, I'm just going to roll with it. So I'm waiting for somebody to give me a name. Nathaniel. Oh, all right. So shout out to Chicago Crown Hustler, Nathaniel. All right. So you know how we get Nathaniel. That's how you gotta say Nathaniel. So okay, we have Carmen used to date Raymond, He dogged her out, and now she's dating Nathaniel. All right. So here's the deal. Whatever the past is the past, right? So Carmen thought she moved on. Carmen is liking Nathaniel. She wrote down her list of everything she want to find in a man, her Boaz list and all that other stuff, right? She wrote it down, and she finds Nathaniel. Nathaniel is a great guy. He listens to her. He treats her with respect. They've been dating for a while. She took him around her mama. Her mama loves him. Her mama couldn't stand Raymond, but her mama likes Nathaniel. Her dad likes Nathaniel. Her girlfriends like Nathaniel. Y'all know when our girlfriends be liking him, right? So Nathaniel's a great guy. They've been dating for quite some time. However, Carmen has trust issues. And sometimes the least little thing Nathaniel does, Carmen flies off the handle. And, she just like, you ain't going to do this to me. She kicks him out. He could be coming over to chill. She kicks him out. She stopped talking to him. She gets really macho tough, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. I say macho tough, where it's like Ramon. She used to let him walk all over her. But now with Nathaniel, the least little thing Nathaniel does, get out. He call you, send him the voicemail. At least little thing he does, right? But the thing is, Carmen is going to mess around and lose out on a great man. Why is Carmen going to mess up and lose out on a great man? I think somebody can tell me. Why? Why is Carmen going to miss out on a great man? I'll tell you. Carmen's going to miss out on this great man. And he's not perfect. Nathaniel wasn't perfect, and neither is Carmen. Nobody's perfect. But Carmen's going to miss out on this great man because her past with Raymond is running her. And the thing about your past is it's so subtle, y'all. It's in the background running. It's like a computer program. You know how you turn your computer on, and some programs, as soon as you turn it on, they automatically start running in the background, and you have no clue. That's how your past is, and that's how your past can be. So although Carmen is experiencing her Boaz and this nice, great guy, and Nathaniel, she's allowing her past to control her, and she doesn't even know it. Because if you listen to Carmen talk, because see, I'm whole, and I love myself. I know my worth. I know my value. I raise my standards. And that may very well be true, Carmen. But when you really dig deeper, you're still hurting from the things that Raymond did and the things that you allowed Raymond to do. Let's keep it real for a second. That is why the least little thing Nathaniel does, you fly off the handle. Why? Because you're like, you know what? I'm not going to sit up here and get my heart broken again, invest all this time with this man, and then he goes out and he cheats, or he goes out and he decides he wants to up and leave me. I'm not having it. So just like the homeowner, although she has this beautiful home, mentally, she's still living out of boxes. That's how Carmen is. And it's like Carmen is still living out of the suitcases of her past, mentally and emotionally. She's still living out of suitcases, which is her baggage from her past. Now, if I'm talking right, or if anybody can relate to me, type baggage in the comments. Now, what I'm sharing is nothing, earth-shattering, but it's just a different way I want you to look at things. So, because a lot of times when we hear baggage, we think like a person just has all these issues and they're just all crazy. No, Carmen did work on herself. Carmen, she isn't checking for Raymond. She isn't calling him up. She isn't trying to like find out who he's with, or whatever like that. She's not trying to get back with him or nothing like that. She is working on herself. She has raised her self-esteem. She has raised her standards, but she's still being run by the past programming. And she doesn't know it. And that's what trips us up. And she wants to trust Nathaniel, but she doesn't know why. So many women be like, I really want to trust him. I really want to love him, but I don't know why. And so we make up all these excuses. He's not this. He's not that. He's a cornball. No, baby, you're afraid. That's all it is. And you need to heal from your past. Nathaniel is not Raymond. And guess what? I'm going to drop something on y'all. Y'all ready for this one? Carmen of today is not Carmen from the past. She's wiser. She loves herself. She's probably kinder, a little more compassionate. So she's not even the same. So she's still being run by like some really old, outdated programming because she's not even the same. I look at my relationship with my son's father and I said to myself, like, listen, homegirl, you're not even the same woman today that you were back then. You're so much wiser, stronger, better, everything else. So we're really running on some old stuff here. So Carmen's job is to really disassociate herself from the past. And I'm going to show you how to do that coming up when I give you the solutions. And it's for her to give this new relationship, give herself a chance. Now, if anybody can relate to that example, and I'm going to walk you through how it's not enough for me to give you examples, but I really have to show you how, give you solutions of how you can stop being broken. But if you can relate to that, type Carmen in the comments. Type Carmen in the comments. All right, so I'm going to go to my last example, and this last example is for people who you want to lose weight. You have lost weight recently. 2017 is the year you're going to lose weight. Okay? So this is for you. Have you ever noticed that women, whether they lost the weight naturally, whether they got surgery, or whatever it is they did, they lost a significant amount of weight, like 100, 200, even 50 pounds. I don't care, but not like 50 on up. Because if you lose 50 pounds, that's pretty significant. But 50, 100, 200, women who have lost that amount of weight, and even men, but women who have lost that kind of weight, I now understand what it is that they're going through. Because I used to have a friend, I used to be friends with a young lady who lost a lot of weight, and it was very life-changing. And she would say things like, oh my gosh, now she's like, now I'm reverting to being a fat girl. And then there would be some instances where she would be very self-conscious in her outfits and stuff. And I didn't understand, because on the outside looking in, you're like, you look amazing. You lost all that weight. You look amazing. But now I know. She lost the weight physically, but she didn't lose the weight mentally. And remember, we're going back to the past. In her past, the guys overlooked her because she was overweight. In her past, she used to feel inadequate. She used to feel like no matter what she did, right, it was never good enough. And she attributed a lot of it to her weight. She was picked on. She was bullied over her weight, right? So she still has that running subconsciously. It's still running in the back of her mind subconsciously. So, all right, she finally got the nerve, and she's like, you know what? This is the last time I'm going to the beach, and I'm looking like a whale on the beach. I can't play with my kids. I can't wear a two-piece. I'm sick of it. I'm changing. Boom. Then she gets on this journey, and she loses the weight. But have you ever wondered why people who lose a significant amount of weight, why they revert back and sometimes gain it all back? It's because they lost it physically, but they did not lose it mentally. In their minds, they're still carrying around that weight. So they're still thinking everyone is looking at them the same. They still have those same insecurities. You know, and Beyonce say pretty hurts. It's the soul that needs the surgery. It's your soul that needs to shed those pounds. Your soul that needs to shed that weight. It's your mind that needs to shed that weight. And it's funny because when I lost weight, I realized that I had to lose it in my mind first. I mean, it was a lot of negative things people had said about me. And I would realize that until I discovered that, I would go to the gym, I would work out 2 steps forward, get knocked 4 steps back. Remember we said that in the beginning, 2, 4? It's because I was so concerned about what other people thought of me and not about me, not about my health, not about how I would feel, not about what losing weight would do for me. I was so concerned about everyone else, right? And then once I lost the weight in my mind, I silenced those voices in my mind, the weight just came off and it stayed off. So if you are looking to lose weight, do that self-work. You know, silence your inner critic. Forget your past. What people said about you, it's not true. Only thing that matters is what you believe in yourself and what you say to yourself about yourself. And, you know, Iyanla Vanzant, I went to one of her events, and she gave the most beautiful definition of self-esteem and self-worth. And she did it like this. She said, your self-image and your self-esteem is simply how you carry yourself within yourself. What you think of you, how you carry you within. That's your self-image. That's your self-esteem. So it's all about how you want to carry yourself. Not what other people say, not what magazines say, not what TV say. So listen, if you just lost weight, sister girl, stop thinking that you still are carrying that weight around, because you're not physically. Now you got to lose it mentally. All right. And I'm going to give you some tips and strategies on how you do that. Those of you who are looking to do it in 2017, if you deal with this, come back and watch this video. Lose it in your mind, because if you don't, it's all going to come back. It's all going to come back. All right. So yes, and so somebody actually said something, and it's true, and this is true for any of these examples. That's why I'm going to actually address this one before I open it up and start taking your questions. Star Quates, I believe it's Star Quates. She says there are physical reminders, loose skin, energy people just can't adjust to. Just like a person who lost weight, there is loose skin, right? But what about the relationship? Look at my relationship. I have a child with that man, so my son is a reminder. Being homeless, that's a reminder. So we all have reminders of our past. It all depends on how you want to view and interpret that reminder. It can be more like a memorial, like, look what I've been through, look what I overcome, look what I survived. Or you can let it be a reminder of your past that intimidates and haunts you. You determine what you want that to be. And so the women who may have lost the weight, you have the loose skin, you determine, okay, do you want to get surgery and get it removed or whatever? But before you do anything, let that be a testament of how far you've come. And you should commend yourself, and you should celebrate you, because you did it and you have it going on, okay? You did it, you have it going on, and you should be commended. Yes, you should be commended, and I want you to celebrate yourself. All right, so I went through the examples. If you found value in the examples, type examples in the comments, all right? And once we do that, I'm going to do some, before I do on-the-spot coaching, I think I'm going to do some on-the-spot coaching because it feels right to do it in this space right now. So I'm going to take about 15 minutes, and I'm going to do some on-the-spot coaching. So if you want me to give you some on-the-spot coaching, I want you to type your question in the comments, and I will read it, and I will coach you. We're going to spend about 15 minutes on that, because I don't want to go over 9:30. You know, I don't want to go over. I want to respect your time. Got to get with my son too. So about 15 minutes of on-the-spot coaching. Then I want to tell you about this wonderful opportunity I have for those of you looking to build your brand and your business in 2017. All right. So I'm glad that you found value in those examples. All right. Glad you found values. So is there anyone with a question or a comment? You want some on-the-spot coaching? Go right ahead and type it in the comments. Go right ahead. All right. So they're coming in. Found value in the examples. All right. Is there any brave soul? I'll be more than happy to walk you through it. Oh, wait, before I do that, shame on me. Hold on, y'all. I actually have to give you, sorry. I have to give you the solutions. Before I can coach you, let me give you the solutions. Ain't no need to bring up stuff and you can't walk nobody nothing, right? All right. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to give y'all some solutions. All right. So here are the solutions. Here are the solutions to stop being broke and broken in 2017. The first thing, you must stop allowing your past to define you. Stop allowing your past to define you. You have to stop allowing your past to control you. You have to learn how to let life teach you, but not kill you. I can't wait to get on that one. You must create daily rituals. You got to move through your discomfort and you create a new mindset. So I really hammered stop allowing your past to define you. I also hammered stop allowing your past to control you. And I'm going to run through the last 4 very quickly, and then I'm going to jump into on the spot coaching. Is that all right with you guys? All right. So, all right, here we go. All right. Okay. So the first thing, right? The first thing, I love to say this. My mentor says this, and I love to say it, and it's so true. He says, let life touch you. Let life teach you, but don't let life kill you. So whatever it is you went through in your past, guess what? You survived. If you're here today, you survived it. Let life teach you. Let it instruct you, but don't let it kill you. So if you've taken those 2 steps forward, but you got knocked 4 steps back, 2, 4, guess what? Life and God is setting you up for a major comeback, for a major come up. Because listen, 2 steps forward, you get knocked 4 steps back. But if you keep going, you know what's going to happen? And I want to explain this, what's going on with you. It happened to me. It's like life and God is setting you up like a slingshot. You go 2 steps forward, you get knocked 4 steps back. You go 2 steps forward, you get knocked 4 steps back. You go 2 steps forward, you get knocked 4 steps back. You know what's going to happen? When God and when life releases you, all that tension, all that hell you're going through, all what you've been through, what's going to happen is life is just going to release you. You're going to go, psh. And people going to be like, oh my God, how she lose all that weight? Oh my God, how she get a new home? Oh my God, she getting married? Oh my God. She used to be so broken on welfare. Oh my God, she making, oh my God. See, because what they don't understand is that life was setting you up the entire time. 2 steps forward, 4 steps back, 2 steps forward. It's more tension, and it's going to feel like, oh my God, like I feel so far away from my dreams. I feel so far away from my goals. Every time I try it, blows up in my face. Life is setting you up, girlfriend. Life is setting you up, boo-boo. And when life and God releases you, you're going to take off, and they're going to say, oh my God, she acting new. She did this overnight. They don't know your story. They don't know anything, right? That's the 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. If you learn how to let life touch you and teach you and instruct you instead of letting it kill you, instead of letting life totally discourage you that you don't even want to try anymore, that you don't even want to go for it anymore, that you don't even want to open your heart up to love anymore, that you don't even want to try to launch that company anymore, that you don't even want to try to go after that mortgage anymore, that you don't even want to try to get into the gym or to start that healthy regimen anymore, because every time you tried in the past, it blew up. But guess what? You were just getting data of what worked, what didn't work, and it was working on you. So stop looking at failure as like, oh my God, I'm not adequate. No, failure is just showing you there's another way to do this, and you learned another way. You learned what to do and what not to do. And your experiences are helping you with your process. You need a process. So stop trying to rush the process all the time. The way you do that is you sit down, you stop, and you allow your life to instruct you and to touch you, but you don't let it kill you. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That is so true. So stop looking at woe is me, I'm a victim, all this happened. No, boo. I'm telling you, that is to make you stronger and to make you better. Trust and believe. That's my story. Trust and believe that. So one, don't let life, let it touch you and instruct you. Don't let it kill you. All right. And so the next thing is you need to create daily rituals. How many of you just get out of the bed and you just roll out of the bed? And then you wonder why your life is like hell on wheels. You wonder why you always getting cut off on expressway, why you're always missing a bus, why somebody always giving you the side eye. You wonder why everything just miserable with you, right? It's because I'm telling you, you need to slow down, start waking up a half an hour to an hour earlier. I want you to start a gratitude journal. Like, I love my journal. This is just a simple notebook. I love my journal. Love my journal. I want you to start taking out time with you. Write down your gratitude list, what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for. I want you to start writing all those things down. I want you to start being grateful for you and your experiences, even though they feel like they're just like, oh my God, they're killing me softly. No, they're making you stronger and they're making you better. That's part of your 4. It's pulling you back 4 steps. That's what those experiences are doing for you. I want you, if you're a coffee or a tea drinker, whatever you are, just want to drink water, Do that first thing in the morning. Slow life down. Give yourself extra time. I'm not sure if you get up an extra hour, half an hour earlier. You add on almost like a month to your life over the year. What could you do with that? Work on a project you said you wanted to work on. Do something you said you wanted to do. That's what you need to do. Create those rituals. Read something inspiring. Listen to something inspiring. You know, give to God, give to life your first fruits. When I mean your first thoughts, your first conversation. Don't just jump on the phone. Don't just run and check your phone, check your social media. Give yourself that. Go into your prayer closet. Go into a different room where you can just spend time with yourself. You got to create those rituals because they're going to help you to become balanced. Learn to breathe. So many of us, if we just take 15 seconds just to breathe, you can recalculate everything, your cells, everything. Person went off on you at the job, instead of you just, bucking up, breathe deeply for 15 seconds. It'll put you in a different mindset because that 15 seconds can be the difference between you getting fired or you getting locked up. You're about to knock somebody upside the head. So start to create your morning rituals, okay? How many of you like the sound of rituals and will love to learn how to create rituals? I will do another class on creating rituals. So type rituals in the comments. And those rituals should touch upon your mind, your body, and your soul. Do something for your soul. Pray, meditate, be grateful. Do something for your mind. Stimulate it. Read. Listen to something powerful, uplifting in your body. Do a morning jog or, eat a healthy breakfast. Do something to stimulate that mind, body, and soul. That's what your ritual should consist of. All right. And then I want you to learn how to move through the discomfort. Because when you're ready to grow, it is uncomfortable. How many of you, like me, have had a child? First of all, pregnancy is very uncomfortable. But towards the end, when it's time for that baby to come forward, you are extremely uncomfortable. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. Imagine how the baby feels. The baby's all big inside, all crammed up. You get uncomfortable, but that is a sign that you are on the brink of something amazing. You're about to birth something. So don't abort your purpose. Don't abort your destiny. Don't abort what is trying to come into your life, that new man, that new home, that new job. Stop aborting things because things feel uncomfortable. You have to expand your comfort zone. It's like you're shedding new skin. You're growing and you're learning, and it's uncomfortable to the old you so that the new you can be brought forth. So, and when things start getting rough and tough, stop taking your hand off the plow. Stop drawing back. Stop quitting. Stick it out. The race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to the one who endures. Endure to the end. Like my mother says, see what the end is going to be like, right? And then the last thing is, if you do all of these things, you will create a new mindset. I want you speaking your affirmations. Like my baby that some of you met earlier, I would have him do his affirmations before he went to school because I knew those people really didn't care a lot for my son. But I just couldn't prove it. I felt it. So I was telling him to say, I am intelligent. I am a scholar. I am blessed. And I taught him that about 3 years ago. And it still sticks with him. And so now that he's given the resources, the love and support, he is living out his I am confessions. He went from D's and F's to A's and 2 B's. Amazing. So he really is a scholar. He really is intelligent. And he was always that, but now he's actually demonstrating and living it. So I want you to speak life over your life. And it's like I attract women who are at their lowest point. They're in a pit. And I know because that was my story. But I'm here to tell you, stop carrying on like you are a victim. You are a victor. You are a conqueror. You are about to break through. And you're like, oh, but there's so much failure. Failure is the razor's edge of success. If you just go a little bit more, if you just take those next 2 steps, and yeah, you won't get knocked back 4, but guess what? That 4 is setting you up. So you could just skyrocket. And it's like the bamboo tree. For 4 years, 5 years, nothing is happening. But that farmer has to keep believing and keep watering it and keep cultivating that tree. Because then I believe it's the 5th year, out of nowhere, the bamboo tree, it breaks through the ground and it shoots up to the sky. And everyone's like, oh my God, it grew overnight. No, it didn't. It took 6 years, 5 years. That's what it took. But it took someone believing, dealing with that heartache. But instead of letting that life kill them, they let life instruct them. See, your goals, I don't care what they are to make something out of you, not always the end game. It's about the process, not the event. It's not about getting the man and marrying a good man. It's about that journey of you going from a foolish woman, a foolish girl, to a wise and virtuous woman who knows her worth and she's worthy of love because she says she's worthy of love. That's what it's about. It's not about, oh, now you're a size 6. It's about that woman who used to be so much, like 200 pounds overweight, borderline, very unhealthy. She had the courage to make a move, and she stuck with it. And she went through the heartache. She went through being afraid. She went through all that hard work. And as a result, she shed that weight. She worked on herself. She's loving herself even more. Because that's what I say, just because she's a voice, she don't love herself. She loves herself even more. She respects herself. That's what that whole journey was for. It wasn't just for the size 6. It was for you to become a better person. Me being homeless, it was for me to find out what I was truly made of and to show me who God is in my life and what I can do. And so that God can help me write my story. I have an amazing story. That's why I always tell it. Okay, it's not always about, oh, somebody's hurt me. Even my son, we had to go through all the drama we went through so that we could be a testimony of what happens when little Black boys get the love and support and resources that they need, how they can excel academically to stop the school to prison pipeline. Because I'm telling you, they were not, because don't you know that schools, the school system, the prisons, they start tracking, especially our children at like 3rd and 4th grade, maybe even as far as kindergarten, I don't know. But they track our children. I don't have that statistic. They track our children and they base them upon the grades they get in English and the grades that they get in math, their attendance and their behavior. So if your child is failing in English or math and they have poor attendance and they have bad behavior, the prison systems are saying, you know what? That's a potential person. And they start tracking your child. Did you know that? And I would be damned if they would be tracking my son because he wasn't doing well in English or math. Not on my watch. But I thank God that we were able to get him the help that he needed. But I thank God now, I look back, that was part of the testimony to inspire and encourage other children and to help other children, other little Black boys, and to help other little kids with special needs. So stop being this victim. Oh, woe is me. Oh my God, all this stuff is happening. Stop it. It's setting you up for a major breakthrough. It's setting you up for an amazing story. You are the leading lady of your life. Write the script. What do you want it to say? You write that script. Stop being an extra. Stop looking at everybody else's movie. You write your own movie and you be the leading lady. You are the star. All right, so get out of that. All right, so those are some solutions. If you guys want me to do videos, shorter videos on any of those solutions, I will do those because I will start doing more shorter videos on my YouTube channel. All right. So yes, I see. I see you guys are over here rolling with me. You're over here rolling with me. All right, that is awesome. You're rolling with me. So I'm actually going to get into some on-the-spot coaching. But before I do, because I think with this on-the-spot coaching, we're going to kind of go deep on this one. And that is quite all right with me because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve you. Thank you. So I'm going to show you about an opportunity that I have. So you want to stick around because I'm going to do some on-the-spot coaching with you, okay? Because we're going to get free. We got to stop being all this broken stuff. I can't take it. I can't take it no more. And it's not on my watch. Can't take it and not on my watch, ladies. That's not the right one. Sorry. Can't take it and not on my watch, ladies. Hey, so what do I want to tell you about? How many of you want to start your business, or you want to take your business to the next level in 2017? How many of you want to do that? If you want to do that, I want you to type 2017 in the comments. Type 2017 in the comments. All right. Well, if you want to get into business and you want to build your brand, you want to build your business, you want to build your brand, and you really want to get out there in a very awesome way, I really suggest vlogging, which is video marketing and video content. It's a great way, and it's a program that I created. It is called Icon. Yes, Icon. And I'm going to teach you how to create a video channel that builds your brand and your bank account. Over the last 2 months or so, I have generated over $7,500 in new business from being on YouTube. Yes, from being on YouTube. I want to show you how to do the same thing too. So this is Icon, and I show you how to build your YouTube channel that builds your brand and your bank account. And what qualifies me to teach you about Icon? Well, not only am I a YouTube partner, where I earn money from YouTube every month, but I'm also a YouTube Access partner. So I actually go to the New York studios, the YouTube New York studios, and I can use their equipment to record. I go to different events. So YouTube is an actual place. Many people don't realize this, but YouTube is an actual place. And this is their Studio A, and it's also their front lobby. So I get invited to special events. This was me at the, I think it was BeautyCon. I think this was BeautyCon in 2015, October 2015. So I was invited to that, and I had a chance to network, meet a lot of great and wonderful creators, and it was a lot of fun. So YouTube does a lot of like educational things, so I do go to those things as well. So you see me at the podium. And also, YouTube has amazing events that they, it's special events, it's invite only. So there are different levels. There's some events where you have to have like 10,000 subscribers or more. Some where you have to have 1,000 subscribers or more. I'm currently at 31,000. So I get invited to quite a bit. This was me in October of 2016, no, November, sorry, of 2016 at the Flex the Vote, where we watched the presidential election results between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. And so it was a star-studded event. It was at the YouTube New York studios. I actually had some of my clients, some people there. So it was really awesome. All right. And I told you it was star-studded. So on the left, it's me and R&B singer Bilal. On the right, it's me and Common. Common is he seemed really, really nice. He's really handsome in person. He is tall. Very cool. He did a live performance, and Bilal performed with him. So you get to meet all kinds of celebrities when you go to these different kinds of places at YouTube. All right. So what do you receive with Icon? I'm so glad you asked. So Icon is a group coaching program. It's a membership portal. You get video lessons and worksheets that you can download. So the first module is all about setting up a winning dashboard. Most people don't know, but within YouTube, you start winning with your dashboard. It's your back office, behind the scenes. Think of that as the engine to your car. So many people just don't set it up properly. And I can look at a channel and kind of tell that they're not utilizing many things. Also, I show you how to monetize your channel. There are people who earn as much as $12 million or $14 million a year from YouTube, right? Because they put in the work and they're doing it. But it's also people like me who don't earn that kind of money from YouTube, but I do earn something every month. But I've learned how to monetize my channel. I learned how to position myself as an expert and in authority, and then I sell my programs, products, and services. So I really want to show anyone with a product or service how to do that. I'm going to show you how to create amazing videos. And when I say amazing, not necessarily people tend to think it has to do with the graphics and all that. People don't need all that all the time, but I want to show you what makes a great video, and also what kind of content that you can create that can make you position you as an expert and as an authority, and make people want to invest with you. All right. I'm going to show you how to set up a winning homepage so that YouTube will be like an employee of yours working for you 24/7. There are so many things on the homepage that people miss. And then I'm going to show you how to win with YouTube Live. I win with YouTube Live. That is how I was able to earn over $7,500 in new clients. And I'm going to show you how to do that too. What are the benefits? It's a private support group because you're not alone, and you're going to have people who are going to be supporting you, watching your videos, sharing your videos and everything. And then you're going to learn how to build your brands and build your audience. That's so key. And create amazing video content. The class begins February 6, 2017, and you can register here at bestsellingyear.com. And there is a fast action bonus when you pay in full, and it's currently $247. You save $50 and you gain access to a private group content mapping session with me. So there will be a group of you, and I'm going to set aside a time for us to go through how do you map out your content? How do you say what you need to say? How do you do that? Because that is very key and very important. So the people who pay in full and take advantage of that, this is the bonus that you get. Those of you who are like, okay, I don't have the whole 247. Don't worry. There is a 2 payment option. You can make 2 payments of $150. The first payment is $150, and in 2 weeks you would make the other $150. Remember, classes begin on February 6, 2017. You can enroll at bestsellingyear.com. So there's only one question. Will you join me for Icon? Will you let me help you create a video channel that builds your brand and your bank account? Will you do that? Only you can answer that. You can go to bestsellingyear.com, and I will be glad to help you on that journey. More than happy. All right, so we are back. We're back. We are back. I really hope some of you really join me with Icon. Women have already started enrolling. Remember, there's a 2 payment option, and it's $247, and it starts February the 6th, which means that the class officially begins February the 6th. But let's just say you're like, you know what, Shalana, I don't get paid to the 13th. That's okay, because as soon as you get the money and you can invest, you can join as well. But we're getting started on February the 6th after the Super Bowl, because you can spend the rest of the year building up your YouTube channel. The same thing you see me doing, you're going to be able to do. Exactly the same thing. And I'm building my brand and I'm building my bank account. All right. And YouTube is an excellent way for you to do it. So check on Icon. If you're not, get on my mailing list, where I bust the 5 myths of YouTube that keep people from doing it. You're going to get a free worksheet and you get a free video. All right, so now this is the Q&A, and we're going to do about like 15 minutes. That will take us to 9:35, so I'm still within the time frame, okay? So please fire your questions away at me. You must type them in the chat. I will get to them, and I will answer you. All right. So who would like to get some on-the-spot coaching about to stop being broke and broken in 2017? All right. So remember, if you're on YouTube, you can always inbox me. You can message me via YouTube. That is a feature that they have. You can just inbox me. I always get on my list. That's a great way. Join my free group for women entrepreneurs. That's another way to stay connected with me. And leave comments. That's another way. So I'm looking to do some on-the-spot coaching. Okay, so YC Lawson has a coaching question. I have 2 passions that I actively speak about and make videos for. I love both. How do I know which to focus on? Okay, YC, YC. It simply comes down to just make a choice. Make a choice, and I spoke about this last week, so try to check out my live from last week. Just make a choice, because by making a choice, right, you have a choice between A and B. If you choose A, it doesn't mean you can never do B. It just means that I'm going to do A, focus on A, build up what I need to build up on A, do what I need to do with A. And once that's established, then I'm going to go to B. So at the end, you have a strong A and a strong B. But if you never make a decision to focus on one first and then focus on the other one, you have a weak A and a weak B. So you want a strong A, strong B, but you must focus on one at a time. Build one up. Once it's strong, go over to the other one and build that one up. That is a simple answer. Matter of fact, we talked about decision making last week. So you're in a good spot. You have a lot to talk about. Just focus on one. Say, okay, for the next 3 months, 90 days, 6 months, a year, I'm going to focus on A. Once I do A, complete A, finish A, build it up, I'm going to focus on B. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. All right, anybody else? So I hope that I hope that has helped you, YC. Like, I have to keep it simple with you because it really is no other way. So which one do you want to do more? What is your heart telling you to lean towards? Do that one. And then focus on the next one. All right, hold on. Wait a minute. Starting from nothing. Okay, so YC was cool. All right. So is there another coaching question, an actual coaching question? Is there another one? Someone was talking about starting over from nothing. I'm telling you, that's like the best. Sometimes that's what's best when you're stripped of everything you thought you needed, everything you thought you had to have, and you realize that you're left with you and your hopes and your dreams and your God and your vision. And that's all you need. You don't need a lot of that extra stuff. I'm telling you, anything in your life that was stripped away, you did not need it. Whether it's people, places, or things, you did not need it. So Star, if you want to, you should personally inbox me about that. Is there anybody else who wants any on-the-spot coaching? I'm here. I am here. Just leave your questions in the comments. Leave your comments. Leave your questions in the comments. All right. So looks like everybody was very active today. Okay, so our questions are coming in. Thank you. So Regina H is saying, do you think that entrepreneurs should be signed up for all social media sites? No. Oh my goodness. So I talked about this last week. So here's the thing. Or did I talk? I talked about this somewhere on social media. I talked about this. When you're an entrepreneur and you're starting out, a very important thing that you should do is to get a survey going, create a survey for free in Google Forms, and start asking questions that let you know exactly who are your audience. Are they male or female? How old are they? Break it down into age ranges. See which social media sites they like to hang out on. Because if your ideal client likes to hang out on Snapchat, I'm just saying, then you should be on Snapchat. If your ideal client likes to be on Instagram, you should be on Instagram. If your ideal client likes to be on YouTube, you should be on YouTube. So if you're doing it for business, you have to be and shine where your ideal customers and clients are. So if they're not on Pinterest, then you don't have to be on Pinterest. You know, most people have about 3 main social media sites that they love and that they do. And I will say this, like with me, I'm good on video and I love video. So anything that has a video component to it will be great for me. So YouTube is great for me. And I found that a lot of my ideal customers and clients are on YouTube. So what? I'm on YouTube. Not only am I on YouTube doing videos, I'm doing YouTube live. So I can kind of touch you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm here. A lot of my people are on Facebook and they're also on Instagram. So I need to be on those 3 platforms. I don't really care for Instagram. I'm working on that, but it's a process. So some of these platforms, you're just going to have to push yourself and get out there, like on LinkedIn and different things. But you got to find out where your people are, and that's where you be. That's where you be. So Victoria says, I made past business mistakes, and it makes me want to freeze on new opportunities, and it's a work in progress. Thanks for this video. You're welcome, Victoria. Listen, you got to flip that around, because think about this. If those business mistakes that you made, do you think they're common mistakes? If they're common mistakes, I'm going to give you a nugget right here. Let's just say you want to launch your email list or something like that. And the business mistakes you made, actually, the business mistakes you made in the past, they are related to the current business you're in. Homegirl, you can take your mistakes and you can turn it into a PDF download that you can give to people. So in exchange for their email address, you give that to them. You say, listen, the top 10 mistakes, let's just say you were in real estate. I don't know which area you were in. The top 10 mistakes all new entrepreneurs should avoid in real estate. Or the top 5 mistakes entrepreneurs, new realtors, people make in real estate. So what you have done is you have allowed your failures and what you experienced in life, you've now turned it into a positive. And I'm telling you, stop thinking that success is always about doing the right things. Success is about doing a lot of the wrong things until you figure out how to do the right thing. But all of those wrong things, that's called experience. So as a coach, when people come to me, I'm not only able to tell you what works, I'm also able to tell you what doesn't work and what to stay away from. Why? Because I've done it and it didn't work, or I messed up. So stop looking at your shortcomings as a negative. That makes you more seasoned and it makes you wiser. I would rather deal with someone who's been through some failures, been through some downfalls, and they built themselves back up. Why? Because you know how to weather that storm and you turn it into a positive. So don't allow your past mistakes. You're actually wiser, and and that's an asset. So I hope that that has helped you. Um, all right. So somebody's asking me about an email address. Whose email address? My email address? All right. Okay. All right. All right, so this is one where this is the last question where it's actually coming from Star, and she's saying that she can help so many other people, but she can't help herself. That's true for me. That's true for a lot of people. And the thing is, every coach needs a coach. Even doctors go to other doctors. Why? Because we are not the end all be all, and you need someone else to be able to help you. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. That's why you want to get in great support groups. You want to get in great groups, and you want to be able to, you know, when you're weak, other people make you strong. And you have to be willing to ask for help and know that it's okay. So I believe here on YouTube, you guys, if you have a YouTube account, you can inbox me. You can go to you have to go to my homepage, youtube.com/shalenadiva. Go to my homepage. And from there, I believe you can inbox me. If not, at the bottom of this, in this description box, you can get on my email list, you can join my group, and you can talk directly to me in my group on Facebook. And so the name of the group is Laptop, Wi-Fi, and Celly. And I'm going to type in here how you can get in my group. So free group. Is there anybody else with any questions about being broken? Any questions about Icon? I cannot wait to teach Icon. YouTube has so much. It really offers so much that people are missing out on. It has so much that people are missing out on that you can really take advantage of it in your business. All right. Oh, the email address for February the 6th. Okay, so Michelle, it's not an email address. It is best selling year. And so let me type that. Those of you who are interested in Icon, as we're wrapping up, I'm going to tell you one more time about Icon. All right, and I'm actually going to take you to the website where you can go with. So this is Icon. It's bestsellingyear.com. You can go here. When you go here, it's bestsellingyear.com. This is a sales page. It tells you more about what you get, what's all in, what it entails, what you get. And you click on here, one of the buttons to pay if you want to pay in full, or if you want to make the 2-payment option. It's bestsellingyear.com. It shows you all what you'll get. Position yourself as an authority, membership portal, video lessons and worksheets, private community. And once you pay in full, you have access to the content. All right, so it's bestsellingyear.com. All right, and most importantly, who is this program for? It's really for anyone with a message that you want to get in front of an audience, you want to share, but specifically entrepreneurs, speakers, small business owners, social entrepreneurs, hairstylists, makeup artists, professionals, educators, journalists, artists, and performers, do-it-yourselfers. So if you want to show people how to create this, how to create that, that is really huge on YouTube. Definitely check that out. And the class begins February the 6th. There's a 7-day money back guarantee. So if after a week you're like, I don't like it, you get your money back. I want you to enroll today. It's an awesome program. The same thing you see me doing right now, you can do. All right, and I hope to see you in class. So you get your private video portal with the videos and the worksheets, and then we have a private community where you're going to meet other people. They're going to like, comment, share, and support your stuff, and it's really going to be a wonderful journey to see so many people get their message, their products, and their services out there. So this is bestsellinggear.com, and I'm going to put it in the comments. All right. I'm going to put it in the comments. Anyone's interested. All right. And also those of you who want to stay connected to me, join my mailing list. And when you do, you're going to get the myths, bust the 5 myths about YouTube. So you're going to discover 5 reasons why YouTube can boost your brand and bank account. So this is where you go. I put that link in there. This is where you go. And so this is that. All right, so Lawrence, I don't have an eBay, I have a Shopify. So I'm gonna come back here very quickly. All right, so if you wanna join Icon, go to bestsellinggear.com. If you wanna stay connected to me, I put the link in all of the description of all my videos. You can join me and become part of the tribe. So Lawrence wants to know, do I have a class on starting an online business? Yes, I do. I'm gonna be rolling those classes out very soon. Yeah, so Lawrence asked me if I had an eBay. I don't have eBay, I have Shopify. All right, so if no one has any more questions, I'm going to honor your time. I'm going to end this YouTube live. Listen, like this video, share it. When it's over, leave a comment. For some reason, when we do the chat, it doesn't allow the chat to save its comments. YouTube, you need to work on that. So please like this video, share it with your friends, join my mailing list, enroll in Icon. I really truly appreciate that, and I really truly appreciate you. So every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, we are in the Biz Lab, and so this month has been about mindset, because what's the point of you learning all of these strategies and you're broken mentally? You're still allowing your past to run you. You can get a treasure map to $1 million, but guess what? If you are not a millionaire in your mind first, it's not going to work. All right. So I thank you all for tuning in. So listen, we always do this. This is how we close out. If you have found value in this video, type value. And also, if this is your first time experiencing me, type first. So if you just do value, I know that you found value, right? And that's great. I love it, because that makes me want to do more. But if this is also your first time experiencing me, I want you to type value if you found value, and then first if this is your first experience. All right, so Michelle Tolliver, this is her first experience, and she also found value. That is awesome. And for those of you interested in Icon, I have just demonstrated what I'm going to teach you. Some of you have never heard of me before. This is your first time experiencing me, and you stayed on for an hour and a half to someone you did not know. You learned a lot. She gave you value. And guess what? You're even interested in purchasing one of her products. Tell me that's not a skill that you don't want to learn in 2017 to help your business. Tell me. So a lot of you, it's your first. Yes, Regina H. is her first time. It's YC Lawson's first time, and they found value. This is truly amazing. I thank you for hopping on. I thank you so much. Remember, the Biz Lab, Sundays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and also during the week, starting probably in February, I'm going to be uploading a lot more videos, a lot of shorter videos that actually just answer single questions. But I keep these lives because it's a great way for me to meet people, for people to experience me, for me to serve you and coach you and help you. Because if I don't coach, I'm gonna die. That's just how it is. I must coach. I must be inspiring. And I have some wonderful ideas for the Biz Lab, like to have some expert interviews to help you guys, also to give you a business strategy. I always want to keep this mindset work going because you need it, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me. You all found value. If you found value, share me, like me, share me with your friends, all that stuff. I need it. All right. So you guys, I will see you on the other side. I hope to see some of you in Icon. I hope to see some of you in my laptop, Wi-Fi, and Celly. I hope you subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, okay? All right. And I will see you on the other side. Be blessed. Good night.